XOXO, Gossip Girl. Pose. Hi loves, what's up? It's me, Audra, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, I'm not sure how you got here, but certainly I'm glad you came. And if you are new here, well, you're in for a treat. All right, if you enjoy chaotic, frenetic energy and any of these things, then I would suggest you go on ahead and subscribe. I'm a fantastic time. Don't tell your friends. I mean, actually, tell your friends. And I'm sure you're sitting there wondering to yourself, what are we here with today, Audra? Well, I asked over on Instagram, which if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should hit me up on my socials, because a lot of times I do my Q&As, the majority of them I actually do on my Instagram, not Twitter, because I have some creeps in my Twitters. Anywho, I asked y'all to ask me some questions, and depending on how many I had, I would either do an entire video or I would just answer directly on Instagram. And I'm sorry to the one person who didn't want a Q&A. So sorry.
'Cause he'll be back, crying for his mommy.
All right, question numero uno. Leaving the US, which country would you move to and why? So this is a question that is very interesting for me. Obviously I am brown, but as a brown person, and a person from the US of A, it's very important that everyone knows that when a person of color says that they want to go somewhere else, like, it's not that we don't acknowledge that these other places don't have racism. We know, but the difference is, like, we're like significantly less likely to die from racism in a lot of other places than we are in our own country. So that being said, I realize that, like, as nice as like Spain, Barcelona, all of that sounds, I don't speak any fluent Spanish. Like, I speak enough to get by, but not enough to like really make it, and I definitely don't want to move somewhere where I don't know the language. Originally, I thought my answer was going to immediately be Iceland, because it's like the happiest country on earth, but I don't know Icelandic, and I don't feel like I would learn it all that well or that fast, so I would just be very alone there. So I guess like Scotland, because gingers. Next question. Can you give Beau a pat from me? Eloise, of course I can. He's the most adorable thing on the planet. I could give him pats like all day. But currently, he is laid up in the bedroom, and I do not want to disturb him right now while I'm filming, because if I go bother him, I guarantee you he's not gonna stop bothering me until I have just completely paid attention to him. And I need to get this video filmed because we're only 3 minutes and 55 seconds in. The next question is, what tattoo means the most to you and why? So, fun story, the majority of my tattoos don't have any specific meaning. A lot of them I actually started getting because I have some issues with looking at my body, and I feel like as I lost weight due to hyperthyroidism, sorry, I just like my mind went. But as I lost a lot of weight due to hyperthyroidism, I just started to feel like very bony and unattractive. And because I felt bony and unattractive, I didn't want to look at it, so I put art on me so that like my eyes aren't drawn to the boniness, and then hopefully other people's eyes aren't drawn to it either. So they're just all beautiful pieces of art that like I love, and they make me feel good. And that's it. They make my body feel amazing. I feel great. Like, this one has a little bit of meaning. There's a tattoo video I did a while back. This one has some meaning, but most of them are just like, I like this. This is pretty. I like it. This is pretty. I like it. You know, like that's it. I just like to be living art, and it helps with my body issues. The next question is, what is your dream vocation? So, I am going to be the person who says it. I'm going to be the person who says it. I love being creative. I've been creative my entire life. I have always gotten so much joy out of like performing and singing and dancing, and it's inevitable that YouTube would be where I end up. If YouTube could actually pay my bills, like, this is what I would do. You know, I wouldn't go back to like a jobby job. I would literally just do this because I have such a good time with it. It's so enjoyable. The interaction I have with y'all is amazing. And on top of that, like, I do have chronic illnesses, you know, endometriosis, hyperthyroidism, and all of these things sometimes work together to make me a miserable ass bitch and make me sad. So like this past week where I was suffering from my endometriosis. My back hurt. I was exhausted. If I was working at like a regular job, then I would not have been able to take time to take care of myself. And being able to take care of myself with a chronic illness is fucking bar none my favorite thing. But I also just really enjoy this because it allows all of my creative juices to flow, and I can play and do all kinds of things that like I normally wouldn't get to do, you know? So this, being creative, this and playing video games on Twitch and, you know, apparently my TikTok, but yeah. So the next question is, what advice that changed something in your life would you give to a girl in her early 20s? So it's two pieces of advice. The first piece of advice is, do not settle for a relationship. Don't drop your standards to be in a relationship. Don't drop your standards to be in a relationship. Loneliness is different than being alone. And if you would much rather wait until you find someone who meets your standards, that doesn't make you a bitch, that doesn't make you stuck up, you have standards and you should stick by them, period. Settling for less is just not good for you in the long run. You kind of end up just being like, ugh, well, you were second best anyway whenever you break up. And it does hurt, like you do get upset by these breakups, but not in the way that you should. Because a lot of times you're just like, I was settling for you anyhow. So don't settle. And the second is, if you don't want to go to college, you don't fucking have to. You're in your 20s. You don't have to go to college right now. If I had really like thought about it, I never would have gone right out of high school, or like I would have traveled and enjoyed myself and done all the artsy fartsy shit that I wanted to do and have such a good, wonderful time and eat a bunch of delicious food from around the frackin' world. And then if I wanted to go to college, I would come back and settle in. And I probably wouldn't have even come back. I would have gone to college and somewhere else where it wouldn't have been so damn expensive and cost me my left leg. So, I mean, I do have a leg right now, but I'm just saying. Do I? Anyways, this next question is a two-parter, and it says, how are you so amazing? I am mentally ill, and that is how this works. And the next is, but no, really, what's your favorite dessert? Ooh, my favorite dessert. Okay, listen, I've been waiting for this question all my life. Okay, I'm sorry, that got weird. Strawberry ice cream, which currently is hard to come by right now. It's hard to come by because of the great ice snowstorm here. For those of you wondering, yeah, we're still suffering from that. The grocery stores are still not fully stocked, so that's a thing. But strawberry ice cream with coconut shavings and almond shavings. And when I'm feeling saucy, Oreo cookie crumbles. The next question is, would you do or have you done any cosplay? If so, what cosplay? I love looking at amazing cosplay, especially when I see brown folk out there just doing the business with cosplay. If I did cosplay, I would most likely do like Black Vampire cosplay that like I created. Like I would create a character and do that. But I don't ever feel like I have the skills like to do like a fancy makeup look, and like I can't sew for shit. So I don't know what I would do, but I would definitely want to be like a black vampire and like really like, and we're allowed to be in the sun, by the way, because like we're made of melanin. So anyways, that's a thing. But yeah, I would love to do cosplay if I had like the ability. But I don't think I have the ability. The next question is 10 or 5 favorite Black owned makeup brands. So it's really actually difficult for me to like have favorite brands. I've been trying not to have favorite brands, but currently right off of the top of my head, and I would include persons of color as well in this, in female owned brands, female person owned of color brands, if that all made sense in words. I would include them as well. So I'm gonna have to say, for sure, I'm gonna throw Midas in there because I really like a lot of their products. And their brushes are fire, and that sponge is my life. Then I would also throw in Danessa Myricks. I would throw in Mented. I would throw in House of Uni, and I would also throw in Propa Beauty because I like lipsticks, and Mented is, their powder is fire. I love that. Their like bronzer powder is fire. I don't necessarily love one of their other powders, but like, yeah. I can't really say Pat McGrath because I don't have a lot of eyeshadow from Pat McGrath, and therefore I can't really say that one. Like, I love the foundation, which I'm wearing today and on these eyes, in case you were wondering. I have the Goddess palette from Alter Ego on my eyes, and I was like, because it's palette challenge 2021, so I have that on my eyes. But yeah, and also it's time for shameless plug. All right, now that is over with, let's go ahead and answer some more questions. The next question is, how's the job hunt going, and would you leave Texas for the right opportunity? So the job hunt is going abysmal because most of these jobs are paying like just garbage, just absolute garbage money, and that sucks for a lot of people. I think a lot of people, I'm seeing it on Twitter and on varying social platforms, that, you know, a lot of these jobs are offering not great money, and you can't really live on the money that they're up. Like, I can't pay my rent with the money that a lot of these jobs are offering, so it's not going great. But yes and no. Yes, I would leave Texas for the right opportunity. No, not to just another state. I kind of have it in my head that if I'm leaving for another job opportunity, like I need it, like it would just be to another country. Like I'm working on getting my passport as it stands anyway, but I wouldn't want to just leave Texas and go to like another country in the United States. Another state in the United States. I would literally just want to like leave the country, period, and like work elsewhere, because it doesn't, I get stressed about moving anyway, and like to me it just doesn't make sense to move from like one oppressive state to like another oppressive state. So that's that. The next question is, when did you decide to start a YouTube channel, and what inspired you? So originally I didn't know, some of you heard this, I didn't know that I was even starting a YouTube channel. I was on this website where basically musicians could connect with one another, and I would sing, and then we'd all put all the stuff together, and then it'd be like, do you want to post it to your YouTube? And I was like, sure, why the fuck not? Like, I didn't know what I was doing. But then I realized, like, oh, it's on YouTube. Oh, it's on YouTube. And then I was just like, okay, this is weird. So I feel like there's probably like 2 or 3 videos of me singing somewhere. And I'm not fond of them, but they're out there. And then what ended up happening is I just started getting back into makeup, and what really started getting me back into makeup is I started to like love myself more, and felt like I'd just been getting really frumpy because I was in a relationship with somebody. I felt, you know, whether they feel that way or not, I felt that it was emotionally abusive to me and manipulative, and I was like, you know what, I'm kind of done with all this shit, and I don't want to deal with that anymore. I'm going to take care of me. So I started taking care of me. I started really enjoying makeup, and then 2 channels made me feel like, okay, I can actually have a YouTube channel. One is Beauty with Ashley, and I feel like it is with Ashley, but it could be by Ashley. I always say it wrong, and I'll put that information in the description box. And the other is Jackie Ina, because I really didn't feel like there was space for a black person to be doing makeup or really anything on YouTube. I know, weird, but I grew up in a different time. And so to see both of these persons of color doing these things, I was like, oh, okay, I can do this. And so I just like kept doing it. I just kept doing it. I swear I'm gonna go, at some point I'm gonna do a react video to some of my older videos. Like, I've done live streams with them, but I think it'd be fun if I did an actual react video. If you want me to do a react video, just like drop a rooster in the comments. The next question is, apart from Beau, what are your top favorite things? I mean, Beau, and they said, I mean, still talking about Beau though, he's adorable. Beau is honestly like one of my favorite things in the entire world. Like, he's the sweetest boy in the entire, snuggles, cuddles, like, ugh, he just makes me so happy. And like on my Twitch, I actually have to play on my couch, because honestly, if I try to do it anywhere else where he can't like lay next to me while I'm doing it, he'll throw a whole fit, and then it's just like, there's no point. So that's been wonderful. So I like playing video games. That's one of my favorite things. Going on walks with my mom is another one of my favorite things to do. Eating food, like delicious food, is a favorite of mine. Like spicy noodles for breakfast, yes, yes. With egg and rotisserie chicken involved in it, yes, yes. Horror, obviously, watching it, collecting more memorabilia, which I definitely need to collect more horror memorabilia, because I haven't. Like my Vincent Price is like, I feel like that's one of the last things I got. No, it was the Cthulhu pillow. Then I have my Gremlins pen. But like watching horror and collecting horror memorabilia is honestly like one of my favorite things. I just need to like collect more horror memorabilia and collect more of those spiders because I freaking love my glass spider. Yeah, those are some of my favorite things to do in the world. Showers, hot showers. Like, I know that's a weird thing to be my favorite, but it's my favorite. I love a hot shower. Like, if I'm feeling sad, hot shower. Toes cold, hot shower. Had a good day, hot shower. Had a bad day, hot shower. Like, next question, is YouTube your main source of income? Not yet, but hopefully one day. Hopefully one day. That would be great. Like, if it paid my rent, I'd be set. I'd be set. Like, I think because as I continued to get up on my feet, you know, my mom would help me out. I'm blessed in that way, but if it paid my rent in total, then my mom would like help me out with a few of the little other things until like it got enough. But for now, like, it kind of is, but it is not, right? Was that an answer? Next question. As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? Well, that is a loaded question because originally I think I thought I wanted to be a doctor and then like I just wanted to go to Harvard. That wasn't a vocation, but in my mind it was because I was like 7. What did I know? I was like, I'm gonna go to Harvard. And it's like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, I'm going to Harvard. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Harvard. But I think I just always wanted to like be a performer or actress or like singer. Like, those were always the things. I always wanted to do creative things, but I think at one point I did want to be a doctor. And honestly, the moment that I figured out how much schooling was involved, I was like, that's out. I hate school. So like, it's a weird answer because I didn't have like a cohesive thing. I think it was that like, I just always wanted to be like in the spotlight performing. But of course, the weird thing about that is I like to be in the spotlight performing as long as like nobody like wants to come to hang out with me. I get so awkward in public. Like, I'm so like, as we move towards the end of this thing, which in Texas it's gonna be never, but I'm always so stressed about the end of, you know, the Pandy Lovato, because the thing about it is then people are gonna have like meet and greets and things, and I'm like, I can't imagine somebody wanting to come and see me in public anywhere. Like, what? And then I think about like the rare possibility that someone could recognize me, and then I would just feel so awkward. I'd just be like, ha, 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 ha. I'm like, can I like, and I'd be like, so I just that's it. That wraps up the questions. Like, I am finished. Funny. And thank you all so much for asking the questions because it's so fun to just be able to kind of, I don't know, have like a give and take sitch. And I love that. Like, let me know if you would also like to do a love advice one. Go ahead and drop a rainbow emoji in there, and if you got to the very end, make sure you drop that spider because then I know you made it. If I see all 3 of the emojis, I'll be like, damn, I'm hitting it. All right. Thank you all again so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Please make sure you like this video so that you can appease the goddess of the algorithm, and then that way other people will see me and enjoy me too, and I'm one step closer to the edge. No, I'm sorry. And anyways, as usual, huge shout out to my patrons and spooky bays, yeah. All right, you know the drill. It costs $0 to be kind, and it's so good for your soul because, as you may know, I have such a collection right now because if you don't take care of yours, I'm sure as hell coming for yours. And until next time, XOXO, got the girl. Cause they are creeps. Let's get it started. Ha! Let's get it started in here. I'm sorry, things got weird. Hey, big spender, they are weirdos. That didn't get weird at all. Hey, big spender, hot shower. Hey, big spender. I'm such a, like yelling hot shower. My neighbors probably think I'm insane. A little time. I could not do that. That was so ridiculous.